Episode number 6, the Victory. With Pat, how we doing?
Doing good, baby. Got to sit down, stress-free Sunday football all Sunday. Had my feet up on the couch. Had the little 4 quad box going. Red zone on the side. Not a care in the world. Didn't care who won, except for I was rooting against all the NFC North people, and they all won. But having the Vikings off, kind of nice on the heart, to be honest. How are you doing?
Shout out YouTube TV for quad boxes.
Oh, so good.
Just the best. Yeah. NFC North, dude. They could break the record at the pace they're at for best division of all time. And unfortunately, I don't think it's slowing down because we got to face Jordan Love and Caleb Williams for the next 10 years and Dan Campbell maybe for the next 10 years. Who knows who their quarterback will be after Jared Goff, but any hoozles.
But they still have great offensive weapons like Sam Laporta and Gibbs. And the Lions are no joke for a long time either.
Quite the division. Speaking of the Lions, they are red hot, and they are going to be going into U.S. Bank Stadium. You're not going to the game, are you? You sold the tickets?
It's kind of a gray area. I did sell the tickets on StubHub, and I sent them to somebody named Jamie. I won't say her last name, and she did not claim them yet. So I sent her another email today saying, hey, are you going to claim these tickets? Are you going to use these tickets? You already paid for them. What are we doing here? It's been over a week since I sent them. So if she doesn't claim them by like Saturday, I might cancel my transfer.
You're gonna you'll get the money and you'll get to go to the game.
I think we'll refund her. I think is how they do it if she doesn't claim them. But if she doesn't claim them, I might go. I don't know. So probably not gonna go, but it'd be kind of fun.
That'd be 2 games in 4 days.
I'd feel like I'm on the team at that point.
Basically.
Brutal.
Problem is you're not that a 6'2" North Dakota boy helps my case, but you're 5'8" North Dakota boy playing in the NFL doesn't really help your case.
Right.
Maybe like a punt returner.
Like Darren Sproles, dude. I'd be Wes Welker over the middle. Just the NFL is softer than it used to be. Wes Welker got demolished back when football was football because he'd go over the middle.
Yeah, him and Julian Edelman. Maybe they had bigger biceps than you, but jiu-jitsu. They don't.
I don't know, dude. You tell me. I'm just kidding.
Also,
Danny Amendola as well, little guy.
Maybe a little Lad McConkey action for the Chargers.
He's little. He's littler than I thought he was.
That could work for you.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not saying I'm some crazy NFL athlete because I'm 6'2".
Right.
I'm just saying I don't know if you're a part of the team. And I'm really not part of the team. Any hoozles. Dude, so right before we started this podcast, breaking news, Brian Cashman is dealing with some turf toe. He's out. He's the green dot. He's our green dot on the team.
Yeah, I thought it was Ivan Pace last year. He must have given up his green dot.
He did. It's Brian Cashman, but now Ivan Pace will be the green dot this week.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Cashman's been a stud. That hurts. It doesn't hurt as much as Ian Hutchinson. Prayers go up. Never want to joke about that, even though we're playing them and they're in the division. Mm-hmm. He's out for the year, dude. Gruesome leg injury. If you like watching gruesome injuries, go look it up. If you don't, then I probably wouldn't. Lions are just red hot, though. Cowboys, for some reason, suck at home. So I put a little bit of that into effect. Just how they just own the line of scrimmage, dude, and they just run it down your throat. I thought there'd be a little bit of a step back from last year just because they caught fire, but there is absolutely no slowing them down. No. I think they could be a Super Bowl team this year. They're just red hot, man. I'm a little nervous for this week.
Yeah. I'd say Lions and Ravens are the 2 teams that I would say are playing the best in the league right now. We got to play them this week, unfortunately, but obviously the Vikings too are playing great, but just how dominant Detroit looked against the Cowboys in their home stadium. Pretty brutal.
Yeah, Vikings have won their last 2 games by combined 8 or 9 points. Lions have won their last 3 in a row by combined probably 100. I don't even know. But they've been blowing teams out. Blew up the Seahawks. Who was the week before the Seahawks? They lost to the Bucs week 2.
Cardinals were the week before that.
Cardinals, and they demolished them.
Close game.
Anyways, what do you huge pickup? Cam Akers, he's back.
I mean, I'm happy with it. I think we needed depth at that position. I knew that Kwesi was gonna. Well, we were talking about it in the group chat that we needed a running back. I didn't know who they were gonna take, but Cam Akers knows the system. He can fit in pretty nice, catches the ball well out of the backfield. He actually scored the only touchdown for the Texans when we were at that game. So he's got a little bit of spunk left in the system off that blown Achilles. I'm happy that we got Cam Akers. I think he'll fit in nicely, especially if Aaron Jones is going to miss some time.
Sorry, I just got an ESPN notification. Aaron Jones is eyeing practice and could play on Sunday.
We need him. I mean, we absolutely need him.
So it says Jones eyes practice return. Vikings remain non-committal about his status for Sunday's game, but there is hope.
I think if he is ruled out, that line will move. Because, I don't want to say what the line is right now.
Right. I don't know.
Because you have to guess lines for our next podcast. But
Hey, speaking of, episode 7 will be released tomorrow. Go watch it, The Victory. We do some fun stuff in that one. I know you Vikings fans are tuning in here, all 7 of you across the nation. But we do some fun games over there. Weddle, if you haven't heard it, you can watch us do it. Absolute blast. Power rankings. I don't think there's 2 better power rankings every week than us two.
Right, on the ball.
Weekly picks. You are 11 games above 500. I'm a game above 500. So
just say my record. My record sounds better when you say 11 games over 500. Just tell my record.
How about I just say this? You're making a lot more money riding with Pat, but you make a little bit of money with me. It's just not as fun. Right. Records though, Pat is 56, 34, and 2.
Against the spread. I mean, get on my level.
And you still let yourself down every week by not betting a single one of those.
I bet some of them.
No, I like to say because maybe one day it'll knock some sense into your noggin. My record,
and they're one of my only ones that lost this week, so
is 46, 44, and 2. So I'm barely above 500, but you're still making money. Making a lot more money with that. Anyways, go check out The Victory episode number 7. That will be released tomorrow. But anyways, we're going to get back to the Vikings. Aiden Hutchinson is out. Cam Akers is back with us. Add some depth, like you said. I think Cam Akers is a lot like Ty Chandler, so it's a good little 1-2 if there's no Aaron Jones. Brian Cashman is out. Let's move on to optimistic, pessimistic, a little segment we like to do where I'm the optimistic one, which makes no sense because I had to swing 4 games this year. And you're the pessimistic one. It just sounds better with pessimistic Pat. Let's hear it, dude.
Pessimistic? You want you want the bad news before the good news.
You want the bad news first.
Right. I just think that Aaron Jones should not be pushed back especially if he's still hurt. He should not be pushed back too quick. I think we have a long season ahead. Like I said last podcast, even if we go 500 the rest of the way, 5-5, 6-6, whatever amount of games we have left, 6-6, we would end up being 11-6, which is a great record going to the playoffs. I don't think you need to push back Aaron Jones into the lineup right now, especially if he is sore against a pretty physical Lions team. So I'm going to say Aaron Jones is not going to play. And when he doesn't play, the offense struggles big time. Because I don't know if you watched the Jets game, but Ty Chandler had opportunities to bounce runs out to the outside when he had a big hole. He didn't. He ran right into the freaking ass of his offensive line. So I think that was a big struggle for us not having Aaron Jones in the game. So if he doesn't play, I think the wheels kind of come off for our offense. And I don't think we're going to get blown out like the Cowboys did because I think our defensive scheme is a lot better. But I could see this being a pretty one-sided game for Detroit and kind of a coming back to reality game for the Vikings, which I've said a bunch of times already this year. So hopefully that's not the case, but I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I like all those things. Honestly, I'd love to be the pessimistic one in this segment here going into the Lions. They are good. But to be optimistic, I know just a couple minutes ago you said I don't know the line. I'm going to spoil it because this is the only line that I do know. So it's because it's a part of my optimistic. I think Vegas knows something. They're usually pretty on par. It's hard to beat them unless you're Pat Murphy picking against the spread.
Right.
Vegas knows something, and there's a reason that the Vikings are favored by 3 points here. That's one of my optimistic. We're healthier than the Lions, obviously coming off a bye. Okay, 2.5. Sorry, Pat.
Is it 3 now?
No, you said it was 2.5.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, now it's 2.
But anyways, we're healthier than the Lions. Obviously, Aiden Hutchinson. I just said Brian Cashman's out, but if Aaron Jones is back, I'm with you. They shouldn't rush him back. But if he is back, we're healthier. And obviously, coming off a bye, you can always look at positively and negatively. We look at first round buys in the playoffs as not a good thing because you want to just keep rolling, especially in baseball. That's a big thing. But you can also look at it obviously as a good thing. We're at home, coming off a bye. Fans are going to be buzzing. We're 5-0. They're 4-1.
Yeah,
that kind of thing. So that's why I'm optimistic. That's why you're pessimistic. You want to get into?
Can I add one more thing about being pessimistic? Is I think quarterbacks, like veteran quarterbacks like Jared Goff, are better at watching film. They can watch film against the Vikings, see what our defensive schemes are, know when our rushes are going to be coming, and if they do, they have a spot to go to. Rather than, I think Brian Flores is going to have a huge advantage against people like he did CJ Stroud, Brock Purdy, younger quarterbacks. Caleb Williams he'll have a lot of success against this year. This is kind of a perfect storm. The Lions have an amazing 1-2 rushing attack, and they have a veteran quarterback who isn't going to be as taken off guard by Brian Flores' schemes. We have older cornerbacks and safeties. Harrison Smith, Jameson Williams can fly. They have a good tight end who can catch balls over the middle. Obviously, Amon-Ra.
What you're saying is we're a bad matchup for the Lions.
It's a bad matchup. They're a bad matchup for us. Yeah, big time.
So I think obviously I just gave my optimistic. I gotta be, but dude, why are we favored in this game?
I don't know.
I think if I wasn't a Vikings fan, it'd be my mortal lock of the week.
Yeah, I know.
Would be the Lions.
I think there's a lot of Vikings fans out there. Anytime you go on like an Instagram post, if the Vikings on like NFL Fox or NFL whatever at a power ranking, the Vikings aren't number one. There's fans commenting, Vikings should be number one. There's a lot of NFL fans for the Vikings, and I think that we bet. I think the Vikings always have like 70 or 80% of the bets on them, but some of the more money goes to other teams.
Right.
I feel like Vegas is, probably they've lost money on the Vikings every game this year. Vikings have covered every game. So maybe they're, just making the spread a little bit different because they've literally covered every game.
They're finally getting on the bandwagon.
Yeah. They've been losing money on us, I think, maybe too. I don't know.
All right. Random Viking. What is it? Random Viking of the week with
Who's that? Pokemon. Who's that Viking?
If you had it queued up, that'd be impressive.
No. Yeah, no, I didn't have it.
Okay, you want to go first? Or do you want me to?
I can go first. Unless you already have. Yeah, I'll go first here. Let me see. He's one of my favorite Vikings. No lie. He was only with us for a few years. He's my favorite ever. His number was 81. Number 81.
Why am I? Oh, Randy Moss was 84. You didn't watch Chris Carter.
No. Chris Carter was number 80. Got a Chris Carter jersey on right now.
Oh yeah, duh. Can I ask you defensive or offense?
Offense.
That would make
sense.
He
played on the same team as Percy Harvin.
Wow.
He was a ball catcher for Brett Favre.
Oh, dude, Kleinsasser.
Kleinsasser was number 40 or 44. I think 40 he was.
Ball catcher for Brett Favre?
But he was the same position as Kleinsasser.
So it's between Kleinsasser and Rudolph.
Nope. Rudolph was after 09.
Yeah, I know that, but he was after Kleinsasser before Rudolph. That's what I meant.
Yeah. He was only with us for a few years. Maybe 2 years, 3 years. I have a jersey of this player.
Wow, dude. I'm a little stumped. What's one more hint? He's a tight end for Brett Favre.
Yeah. He used to play for the Ravens. He's kind of He's an oddball player. I might show you a picture and see if you even know who it is, to be honest. Let's see if this even gives you any hints here. Let's see.
Is it going to show the name?
No, I don't think so. If I hold the bottom.
Oh, it's at the tip of my tongue, dude.
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
Asante Shenko.
Ah, yeah.
I got a
wow,
jersey
that's
of
a good
Asante
one, dude.
Shenko. I love
That's
that
a
guy.
good one, dude.
He had pretty good hands for a tight end. Didn't really block well, but yeah, he's a good player.
All right. Here's my random Viking of the week. Number 55. Double fives.
Chad Greenway.
No. I think it's 54.
55?
Maybe. Or 56.
Anthony Barr.
Yeah, dude. Nice. Yeah.
Nice.
My next hint was gonna be not that you know, but I cried when the Vikings took this pick because Johnny Manziel was available.
Well,
I was crying on draft night round 1. And this guy turned out a lot better than Johnny Manziel.
Oh God, yeah.
Anyways. All right, those are good 2 random Vikings. You stumped me, but you got Anthony Barr.
Oh, good. I have one for next week too. Then I heard one that was. You want to do one more? You want another try? Because I was got 2 loaded up.
No, next week we gotta keep.
All right, sounds good. All right,
we gotta keep one.
One hint, number 22.
Well, it's not Harry. It's not Hitman.
Hold on, maybe it wasn't 22. 32. Sorry.
32. Changes some things.
All right, all the fans, we're gonna stop the podcast here. Number 32. Give me your favorite number 32 player for the Vikings all time. You can text me.
I have
$5 if you guess it.
I have a week to think about it.
All right, sounds good.
to come back with it. Okay, episode number 6, the Viktory. A little spoiler alert. Next week we may have a podcast on Monday. If we don't have a podcast, dude, it's gonna be the podcast of the year unless the Vikings make the playoffs, because we are going to LA SoFi Stadium Thursday night football.
We should do a little live. We should do a live podcast outside the stadium. That'd be so fun.
We always think about that. I just don't know how realistic it is. It would be fun, dude.
Even just on our phones, it would probably sound like crap, but it'd be pretty fun. This is the biggest game of the year so far. I mean, obviously every single one is the biggest game, but divisional game. Sure. These are 2 the best teams in the NFC that we have to offer right now. It's crazy. This should be a great game.
I'm pumped. Score.
We need to get turnovers. We need turnovers, and we need Sam Darnold to not turn the ball over. Exactly.
Score, Vikings. Let's win this game. All right, episode number 6, the Viktory. We are out. Thanks for listening.